Hello everyone. In my last video, I have discussed about the lactic acid. So today I am Assistant Professor Karan Kumar Das come back again for you to discuss about the tartaric acid. Our today's topic in this video is the tartaric acid. Tartaric acid is a very common organic acid. It is found in lots of fruits which we consume day to day like banana, grapes, and most important source of the tartaric acid is the tamarind, etc. So, what is the IUPAC name of the tartaric acid? The IUPAC name of the tartaric acid is the 2,3-dihydroxysuccinic acid. 2,3-dihydroxysuccinic acid. Now, we will study about the methods of preparation of the tartaric acid. See, there are basically two methods for the preparation of the tartaric acid. One, from the fermentation of the grape juice, and number two, from the malic acid. Now I am discussing the first methods, that is the methods of preparation from the grape juice. When in wine industry, the grape juice are fermented, one product has been formed as a precipitate that is known as the argol. Argol is nothing but the potassium hydrogen tartrate, which is also known as the cream of tartar. Okay, which is also known as the cream of tartar. This argol, when dissolved in the boiling water, and it is neutralized with the soda lime, that means the calcium hydroxide. When it is neutralized with the calcium hydroxide, the calcium tartrate is precipitate, and till now the potassium tartrate is in the solution. So calcium tartrate will be the precipitate when we dissolve the argol in the boiling water and neutralize with the soda lime. Then the calcium tartrate will be precipitate, and potassium tartrate will be in the solution. Now we make the filtration of the solution and separated the produced calcium tartrate. Now we react the filtrate, that means the potassium tartrate solution, with the calcium chloride, and now the potassium tartrate converted to the calcium tartrate and it is precipitated again, and we separate out this prepared calcium tartrate. Now by these two steps we obtain calcium tartrate from this method, and now we react this calcium tartrate with the calculated quantity of the dilute sulfuric acid, and by this reaction we obtain our desired product, tartaric acid. It is the overall step. I am seeing you about the reaction. Okay. In the next step, from the malic acid. Hopefully you know malic acid is also an organic acid. The natural source of the malic acid basically in apple. From apple we found the malic acid. In industrial method we found the malic acid by the oxidation of the cyclohexane. So if this malic acid we react with the alkaline potassium permanganate solution, it is converted to the mesotartaric acid. It is also one procedure for the preparation of the tartaric acid. Now you can see here it is the two steps reactions of the from the grape juice, the preparation of the tartaric acid. Okay, in the first step reaction it is the preparation where the calcium tartrate has been precipitated and the potassium tartrate remains in the solution, and in the second step where potassium tartrate reacts with the calcium chloride and precipitated again as calcium tartrate, and in the next step when the calcium tartrate reacts with the dilute sulfuric acid and converted to final desired product, tartaric acid. And it is the second method of preparation of the tartaric acid, where the malic acid reacts with the alkaline potassium permanganate solution and finally converted to the mesotartaric acid. Okay. Now I am describing the properties of the tartaric acid. You know there are the two kinds of the properties. First we will discussing the physical properties and then the chemical properties. What is the physical properties? Physical properties of the tartaric acid. It is basically white crystalline substance with sour taste. The melting point of the tartaric acid is more or less 171 degrees Celsius. It is soluble in alcohol and in water both, but sparingly soluble in ether, and it contains two symmetric carbon atoms. It is the overall physical properties of the tartaric acid. And in the chemical properties, in lactic acid, I have told that lactic acid contains one secondary alcohol and one carboxyl group. But in case of the tartaric acid, it contains two secondary alcohol and two carboxyl group. Okay, two secondary alcohol and two carboxyl group. Next is the chemical reactions. There are the total 9 chemical reactions in the tartaric acid. First one is the formation of the salts. When tartaric acid reacts with any alkali, it is formed two kinds of the salt, two series of the salts. See here, I am given the example, the reaction with the potassium hydroxide and tartaric acid. In the first step reaction, the tartaric acid converted to the potassium hydrogen tartrate, and in the next step reaction, this reaction you have seen already in the preparation of the tartaric acid from the grape juice. When potassium tartrate is reacts with the soda lime, it is converted to the potassium tartrate. Okay, this is the reaction of the first formation of the salt of the tartaric acid. Clear? Now the second reaction is the action of the heat. When tartaric acid is heated, it is converted to the pyruvic acid. Okay. Third reaction is the reaction with the hydrobromic acid. When tartaric acid is reacts in presence of the heat with hydrobromic acid, it is converted to the 2,3-dibromosuccinic acid. See here, it is the second reaction where the tartaric acid on heated converted to the pyruvic acid, and in the third reaction where the tartaric acid reacts with the hydrobromic acid in presence of the heat and converted to the 2,3-dibromosuccinic acid. Now in the fourth reaction is the reduction. In reduction, if we heated tartaric acid with hydroiodic acid, then it is converted in the first reaction to the malic acid, and in the second reaction, if we heated again the malic acid with hydroiodic acid, then it is converted to the succinic acid. It is the overall reaction of the reduction. Okay, in the first reaction it is converted to the malic acid, and in the second reaction it is converted to the succinic acid. Now we will study about the oxidation of the tartaric acid. Basically, there are the three reactions under the oxidation of the tartaric acid. In the first reaction, if we oxidize the tartaric acid by the nitric acid, then in the first reaction it is converted to the tartonic acid, and if we continue the oxidation by the nitric acid, then the tartonic acid is finally converted to the oxalic acid. It is the first oxidation reaction of the tartaric acid. In the second reaction, if the tartaric acid is react to the ammonical silver nitrate solution, then it is converted to the tartonic acid, as well as silver mirror has been formed. Due to that reason, tartaric acid is also using for the silvering of the mirror. Okay, and in the last reaction, the tartaric acid, if oxidized with the Fenton's reagent, then it is converted to the dihydroxy malic acid. What is Fenton's reagent? Already I have discussed in my last video of the lactic acid. It is hydrogen peroxide solution in presence of the ferric ion. Okay, so these are the three reactions of the oxidation of the tartaric acid. Okay, it is the total three reactions. It is the first one, the reaction with the nitric acid. It is the second reaction, diammonical silver nitrate solution. Okay, and it is the last reaction of the tartaric acid oxidation, where the tartaric acid reacts finally forming here. Okay, it is the last reaction with the Fenton's reagent. So that is the overall oxidation part of the tartaric acid. Now we will study the formation of the complexes. See, when tartaric acid is in the Fehling solution is what? Hope you know everyone about the Fehling solution. Fehling solution is the mixture of the copper sulfate, sodium potassium tartrate along with the sodium hydroxide. So if the tartaric acid in the Fehling solution, it is insoluble totally. It is insoluble and firstly form the copper hydroxide. Why it is insoluble? Because here one complex has been formed. This complex is known as the sodium cuprate tartrate. It is the structure of the sodium cuprate tartrate. Okay. And finally we will study about the use of the tartaric acid. Tartaric acid used in the lots of steps in the industry as well as our daily life also. See, in our daily life we consume sometimes the carbonated beverage. What is the carbonated beverage? Nothing but the cold drinks. In carbonated beverage we use the tartaric acid and also the effervescent tablets. What are the effervescent tablets? The tablets, those are dissolved in the granules in water. Okay. So it is used in the carbonated beverage and as well as the effervescent tablets. It is also used in the baking powder. It is used as the mordant for the preparation of the Roche salt, cream of tartar and silvering the mirror. Already I have told you in the oxidation of the tartaric acid and as well as the tannin. Okay. So it is overall lesson about the tartaric acid. If you feel any doubt, you can contact with me in my WhatsApp number 9804915527 or my email ID karankumadas103@gmail.com. Before completion, I am requesting you, those who are want to take the screenshot, they can take the screenshot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you everyone. Be sincere on your study and be safe on your home. Thank you. Have a good day.